Hello, my wonderful friends. I'm so glad you're here with me today, ready to share in another meaningful conversation. Today, let's explore a story from Genesis 11, the Tower of Babel. This story has fascinated people for generations, and it still speaks to us in powerful ways. This ancient tale is about ambition, community, and our relationship with the divine. It's a story that asks us to think about how we come together and what drives us forward as a people. Though the world has changed so much since then, its lessons are timeless. We're invited to ask ourselves, what are we building our lives on? What truly connects us to one another, and to something greater than ourselves? We'll look at what happened in Shinar, where people dreamed big and tried to reach the heavens, and we'll consider what that means for us today, in our own lives and communities. Are our ambitions rooted in love and service, or just in making a name for ourselves? Are we building together, or are we building apart? The story of Babel reminds us of the importance of humility and the dangers of pride. It's a gentle nudge to remember that we're strongest when we work together, not when we try to stand above others. Let's open our hearts to these lessons and reflect on the foundations of our own lives. What values are we building on, and how can we grow closer to each other and to our purpose? This is a journey of self-discovery and connection. Let's take it together, supporting one another as we learn and grow along the way. Imagine a world where every single person spoke the same language, where words flowed effortlessly, and there were no misunderstandings or confusion. In this world, communication was perfect, and people could share their dreams and ideas without any barriers at all. In the land of Shinar, people gathered together, united by a common purpose and a shared ambition. They were determined to achieve something extraordinary, something that would make them unforgettable. They said to one another, "Let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly. Let's build ourselves a city, with a tower that reaches all the way to the heavens. Let's make a name for ourselves, so we won't be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Their unity was remarkable, but beneath it lay a motivation driven by pride and a deep-seated fear of being forgotten or separated, not by love, service, or a desire to help one another. They longed to control their own destiny, to leave a legacy that would echo through the ages, and to be remembered for their own greatness above all else. But God looked into their hearts and saw that their unchecked ambition, if left alone, would only lead them further away from what truly mattered. So, He chose to intervene, not out of anger or punishment, but as a loving act to guide them back to a better path, to help them rediscover humility and connection. Suddenly, their language was confused. No one could understand each other, and the once united people found themselves scattered in all directions, unable to continue their grand project. The tower was left unfinished, abandoned to the winds of time. Yet from this ending, a new chapter for humanity began, one filled with diversity, new cultures, and fresh beginnings. The lesson is clear. Ambition, when not balanced by humility and purpose, can lead us away from what truly matters most in life. We must always ask ourselves, what are we building and why? Are we seeking greatness for ourselves, or are we working together for something greater than any one person? Let's keep that question close to our hearts as we move forward, building not just for ourselves, but for the good of all. The Tower of Babel stands as a powerful reminder about the danger of unchecked pride. It's not just a story about a building, but a lesson about the human heart and our deepest motivations. The people's downfall wasn't their creativity or their drive to achieve something great. It was their ego, their desire to elevate themselves above all else. They sought glory for themselves, wanting to make a name that would echo through history, rather than working for God or the greater good of their community. True unity isn't about everyone being the same or following a single leader. It's about finding harmony in our differences and working together despite them. When God introduced different languages, it wasn't simply a punishment. It was a way to enrich humanity, to encourage us to learn from one another, and to see the world through new perspectives. Diversity is a gift, not a curse. It brings new ideas, fresh energy, and a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. Humility is the antidote to pride. It grounds us, reminding us that we're not the center of the universe, and that we all have something to learn from each other. Our talents and successes are gifts, shaped by the support and love of others, not just our own efforts. The Babel builders lost sight of this truth, believing they could reach the heavens on their own, forgetting the importance of gratitude and humility. Humility means focusing on service, gratitude, and genuine connection with others rather than seeking recognition or power. Sometimes what we fear, change, difference, letting go of control, is actually part of a bigger, better plan that we can't yet see. Trusting in that plan, and in each other, brings a sense of peace and purpose that pride can never offer. Let's choose humility, celebrate our differences, and build a world where unity is rooted in respect, compassion, and shared purpose. How do we apply these lessons today? Start by examining your motives. Are your ambitions about service or self-promotion? In a world obsessed with image, practice authenticity. Share your struggles, not just your successes. Celebrate others, listen deeply, and seek to understand before being understood. Build communities that welcome diversity, not just sameness. Reach out to those different from you. Read, listen, and learn. Build longer tables, not higher walls. Practice gratitude daily. It keeps pride in check and nurtures humility. Thank those who help you, and recognize every achievement as a shared gift. These small acts dismantle the towers of pride within us. Humility, gratitude, and openness create a life of true connection. Today's world often feels like a new Babel, divided, loud, and disconnected. The story calls us to be bridge builders, not tower builders. Choose curiosity over judgment. Ask, "Help me understand your perspective." Lead with empathy and respect even when you disagree. Use your words to heal, not harm, encourage, apologize, and uplift. Our language can divide or connect. Let's choose connection. The Christian story of Pentecost reverses Babel unity through understanding, not uniformity. Divine love bridges every divide. Our mission is to live out that love, building bridges of grace and compassion. We don't have to abandon our beliefs, but we must create space for dialogue. Every act of understanding is sacred work. Let's be the people who bring unity where there is division. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the story of Babel. Its lessons are alive today. Choose humility, build bridges, and celebrate diversity. Let's notice when pride creeps in and gently choose a different path. Look for moments to connect, listen, and encourage. Let your life reflect unity rooted in love, not pride. Change starts with small daily choices, at home, at work, in our hearts. Share these lessons and be a light in a world that needs connection. Go out, build bridges, and know you are loved.